All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Damage Control. This is Mookie, joined with Delgarn and Darth Beaver, and we're going to break down another week of Marvel Strike Force. And hopefully, you guys enjoy the show here. We're going to kind of skip around on some topics, mainly try to condense it here, as we're going to have a two-part show on Twitch. So, first part, we're going to go ahead and just break down the blog post, just kind of hit on certain events that's been going on this past week that is leading into next week to prepare on, and just also recap our highlights and lowlights of this past week. So hopefully you guys enjoy the show. With that all being said, I'll introduce the gentlemen, starting with Darth. How you doing, Darth?
I'm doing great. Good morning.
Morning. And Dale, how you doing, Dale? Oh, the internet's in and out. I think Dale said he's doing fine, but but they said a time to call customer service, or I don't know if they're doing it now or not. But when Dell's voice is able to break in, we'll have him jump on. All right, but yeah. So let's jump into the show here. Transition to the screens, and I'm gonna start if I was just mentioning about the highlights and lowlights. It sounds like you got something, Darth. You have any highlights
Always
and
good
lowlights
stuff.
you want to bring up?
Sure, let's see a highlight. I one-shot all three of the mutant nodes in Incursion 2 just this morning and yesterday. So there's a highlight with the introduction of Sunspot and him only being a 45 shard unlock. I was able to core him. Uh, I was able to core him to 44 out of 45 shards, and on the Friday free claim, I was able to actually unlock him and build
Nice.
him up. And with the way resources have been, I was able to take him directly to 95 in tier 18 and put all of the T4s I wanted on him and make that team work. So that was a definite highlight. I can't sim it yet. I haven't tried, but I can tell by the battles that I wouldn't be able to just sim it. Um, but with a few more stars on Sunspot, Forge, and Nightcrawler, it will definitely be a thing.
Mm. Mm-mm. Would you say that the low light is being short also on that coring for Sunspot when you
Um,
get the 44, or is that just something?
was only a couple days before. It didn't feel too bad. No, my low light this week was going 0-3 on in Crucible.
Mm, yeah.
I did not perform well offensively, and my defenses did not hold, which made me rethink my defenses a little bit and move some stuff around.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely kind of talk about our experiences there to squeeze it in. Um, but yeah, I'm just thinking about that situation that you had with Sunspot and Coring. That's exactly what I ran into Forge when his release came out. I was short, and the Friday freebies just helped push me through. But do you ever get a fear that like the blog post later on is going to come up and saying, "Hey, guess what? You're going to get some go ahead and extra milestone points for using your cores on Monday." Like,
Hmm.
did you have that come across your mind at all?
No, I mean it could be like it just. No, I wanted the character more than the fear is the thing, especially a character like that. As much as I hate raids, I wanted to be able to complete this portion of the raids as quickly as possible, and not have to worry about it anymore. So it didn't feel too bad. I mean, what was it, 6 or 7? It was only like 6 words or something like that that I did. It wasn't too bad. Um, and I've been top 10 in my arena for the past 4 or 5 weeks, and I've got #1 quite a few times. So actually, my core situation has expanded, let's say, in the past 2 weeks or so. Since I got Scroll basically back, I've been in the top 10, so maybe for a month now. So
Yeah.
I'm not the difference between 250 and 500 cores a day is astronomical. So
All right. Now, you know what? So in the whole situation there, yeah, you're right. I had that fear as far as should I use my cores or not. I was really on the fence. I mean, it's you see, I'm trying to build back up at
hmm
597. So I tried to core, and I pushed all the way through. I was able to core unlock him, which left me short on campaign coring. So the following day,
hmm
so it's just kind of a funny situation that happens when you start going to style play. Um, but yeah, no, that's definitely good highlights for you. And I see Dale coming in. Maybe are you there, Dale?
For now.
There you are.
hmm
What's up, Dale? So you have any highlights and lowlights?
CC went good this week. Um, I was hearing Darth talk about the stream team. I had a rough go this morning, but yesterday went well. Forge kept on being hard targeted today in
Mm.
raids.
Hmm. So let's talk about
My
that.
sunspot just kept falling over.
Yeah, the Extreme Team. Where do you have yours built at, Dale?
Most at 95.
Okay, and
And
you're still working on the. I have them across G17 on mine right now. I haven't hit the plug yet on some of the G18s. But I noticed for you, Darth, you shared your little cute team.
Mhm.
Are they all G18 across?
Except for Gambit, I'm 5 augmented osmium short of getting him there.
You know what?
So as soon as I get 5 more of those pieces, he'll be there.
Every time I look at this piece, I'm not gonna lie. I keep thinking about that offer you did over the holidays that you saw.
Mm-hmm. That I bought.
And
That's
then
why
I,
my Nightcrawler is 18.
and then I think about, where Dell and I were coming from, saying, oh, when Nightcrawler's event comes up, they're gonna have some of the milestones.
They
Guess
did
what?
not.
They did not. Those bastards. I feel like, South Park characters. But yeah, so yeah, I kind of that was a good jump on it, Darth, for you right there. So that's kind of where everything stalled out. And I think because of that, I don't know, I get in this weird thing. I'm like, no, these other guys aren't that important yet. I have like this
Oh,
this whole thing. I'm
Forge is
like,
important.
yeah, yeah. And
Forge is
that's
important. He needs to live and he can't die. Like, he's super important.
I gotcha. Well, I guess I mean in the overall individual aspect of things is where I'm jumping on that tone. But for the team, yeah, I mean, I think they're all important for the team, even
Yeah.
especially Sunspot, right? I mean, they all have
Oh,
to
yeah,
work
no, that
together.
if you don't have Sunspot, you have no damage. Literally no damage. Like, the damage multiplier that he brings is what you can definitely feel. Especially if you were playing before without Sunspot, and you'd use Cyclops' or Gambit's ultimate, and he'd be like, "Oh, that was pretty cool. That was okay." Um, like my Gear 18 one diamond Cyclops uh, deletes most of the first wave on both of the first 2 nodes now because of the way that the charges work and the way that I have my Sunspot as a striker, so he'll get an extra charge on his attacks until he gets to the 5 that he needs to bring the damage to the max, and like that's so much damage between those 2 at that point. It made that, yeah. So I guess the point is you cannot take out one individual character. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but Sunspot definitely was like the missing link that turned them from wet noodles into something that could actually accomplish what needed to be done damage wise.
Yeah, we'll dive down deep. I just have this one question for you. So because you got your gear team, I mean your team geared up. I mean, where are you sitting at on this milestone points for the IC?
The IC, I have 123,000. I will get 16, but not 17. I don't think I have enough energy to push to 17.
Okay. Yeah, I bet you're excited to get that 250 gold promo soon.
Yeah, nobody cares about those. It'll be another minion up to 7 at this point.
Yeah. Let's just switch to this
And
one.
even those catalysts, even the catalysts that come with it aren't that exciting. Those aren't the catalysts I need. I don't need those necessary mutant parts. So
Yeah, you want the bottom one. You want these other
the only
catalysts to switch.
the only
spots.
rewards, their 18 looks okay because the Diamond Dawn 19 and 20. Like, the rest of the rewards on the way up just kind of suck now. They can't be putting Elite 6s in there and act like they're something.
Yeah.
I mean, I would honestly, I'd rather have 10 regular Red Star orbs than 2 Elite 6s.
Yeah.
Because that's 100 dark promo credits on the correct day.
Got it. Okay. And then how about for you, Dale? Where are you sitting on this milestone? You there? Ah.
That's about where you are.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, if we jump back, I mean, it is a good topic as far as talking about the Xtreme Team. I wish that, yeah, I'm stuck. I guess I'll show where I'm at. I'm all stumbling because I'm thinking about, I need to like re-tap our alliance on the shoulders because everybody's been jumping in different spots. We did that whole reorganizing, and you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, all of a sudden I'm on this right side because the left side got filled up. I noticed that there was 4 teams over there, so I was like, you know what, I need to jump on this other lane. So, anyways, but yeah, I've been struggling. Is this the hardest node, the boss one?
Yeah, I think so.
Uh,
It's the Lokis.
Okay. Well,
It's honestly the Lokis. Like
okay.
it's stupid.
Okay. Yeah. Let me pre-set it up because here's the question that I have. First off, because I know you have higher gear levels than Dell and I'm struggling, probably more so than Dell. The first node when we come into it, it doesn't seem too hard. I mean that one seems fine, but I guess the question I have for you, Darth, is at any point have you tried to autoplay this yet, or are you manually playing it?
No, I have not tried to autoplay it yet. I don't have enough stars on the three new characters yet. By playing it manually, watching how, like I said, Sunspot just falls over because he's got no health pool yet.
Yeah.
Um, it's you have to save Forge's ultimate. You can't ultimate every time Forge gets a chance.
Hmm.
So things like that. But I mean, it's got potential. So as long as if Sunspot never falls over, then things are better because at the beginning of the match, one of those new characters gives like 10 energy to everybody on the field. So you'll always have full energy when you start the next match. So autos will be easier one day, but we'll just need the stars to do it.
Okay. Yeah, like good morning, Gilgamesh. He was talking about node could be a mess, but it goes easy once things go right. And then number two is a nothing burger, which kind of leads into this kind of question I'm getting at for the boss node. When you get into the second node, Darth, is this something that you're kind of being mindful about charges at any point? Are you trying to save charges to save that big ultimate for the boss, or are you doing any
Um,
personal
I didn't
to
today. I just fired away when I felt that the ult was going to hit enough people from Cyclops and burn through a bunch.
okay.
Um, I don't think it matters. He gets but with the way the team works now, the charges seem to build back up on him so fast um,
You
that
just
it
use
doesn't.
them. You just use them
That I
as
just I just use it as at will. I did today. Like I said, we haven't done it enough times to know for sure. But I felt like I used a lot more abilities at will today than I have before because of the energy generation in match from Sunspot too. As long as he's alive and going and taking turns, he's the battery for the team as well.
because I wonder, like, as I'm like going through these battles, I always peek over at Cyclops to kind of see how many charges does he have. Like, especially when the ult comes up, right? I hover
Hmm.
over and I'm looking at it, and I'm wondering, should I wait until he builds up to 30 plus, or should I just hit the ultimate even if it's under like 30 charges? Or
I would say hit it in the first match no matter what because you want to remove all those revives
mm,
from the Dormammu that's standing there.
yeah, okay,
And
and
then it can
then
be at your discretion.
okay,
Like I said, I didn't really save anything today, and I didn't feel that I fucked up by not saving anything,
right.
especially towards the end of a match. So you got to think. I mean, if the charges matter, the energy doesn't. So literally, the only person you would have to worry about not using his ultimate is Cyclops, and you're not going to use it with just one or two characters left. So
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, and then now that you've been able to come through on that, that's leaving you some energy to jump into the bio section. How's that looking? Have you passed the first node?
no, I got into it yesterday. My main SAC team isn't even fucking Blue ISO 4, and I don't know if I want to take the Web Warriors up to Blue ISO 4 for a SAC, especially when the new bio team, the Hive Mind or whatever, is just around the corner. Like we got Gwynpool or Gwynum on the calendars that came out this week. So I don't know that I'm interested in blowing anything else on my stupid Web Warriors. But they're my favorite. They're my favorite burn for any of those nodes. They're a great burn.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what's going on this past week here. So let me transition. I'm going to bring up the blog post here, just kind of recap some of the stuff we were talking about in the beginning of the show. Really, I guess the main cheat sheet notes, if we just so I don't forget, is let's talk about what is the obvious focus of this week, tied into campaign events, or not campaign. Well, it's campaign energy, but tied into milestone events, and that's going to be spinning the campaign energy on Monday, and then you got the battle in Crucible, which that's going to be the next part I want to jump into. But like, well, looking at the news about the battle in Crucible, you're going to get extra bonus points for using Superior 6. Initially, Dart, did you have them on defense?
No, I haven't had my Superior 6 on defense since the first couple weeks. I found really good uses for him, actually, offensively.
Okay. And Dale, if you're working, how about you? How are you using your Superior 6 on offense or defense
I've been using them on offense.
as well? Okay. Same here. Okay. So we already have them all on offense, so we're good to go. So we don't need any reminders to pulling them off. And then the third part of it is the spin incursion campaign. So that's the little red fire lightning bolt energy there. That's not on the main screen, but it's in your campaign sections. So make sure you use that up. I don't think I'm going to be spinning any cores on that one. It looks like it's part of the web milestone event, so I'll kind of pay attention to see if it's something I need to be mindful of. It's something we're chasing. Hopefully not. I never core the campaign, the incursion campaign energies.
The only good thing about those energies is they give regular red star orbs.
Yeah. Well, sometimes do the dark promos come out sometimes?
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
and occasionally you get 25 dark promos, so that there's a small lottery. Like, but I mean the typically good thing. And
Yeah.
that's exactly it. There's a road to get dark promos through that uh, campaign,
Yeah, but it's something worth coring and trying to play
and
that
it's nothing
gambling.
worth no.
All right, so let's take a look here. The main thing, just really the big news, I think, as far as looking at this blog post from me, or I guess it also depends on where you're at in the game itself. It's two big news. I guess no particular order other than on the screen. For me, it's going to be the escape from killing. As far as getting more the news, as far as on like the requirements that are going to go on between these cell blocks, 1 through 4, 5 through 7, and so forth. When you saw this start, I mean, does this make you kind of relook at your team to start prepping on anything? For me, it feels like especially I guess when you're looking at the higher levels, the villain bio is the big one, and I felt like you hit the lottery because you have a nice abundance of villain bios that you've been working on.
I have a couple big ones. I mean, those are the zombies. The zombies are villain bios.
Yeah,
If that's what you're thinking of, that's
I,
what I'm thinking of.
yeah, I am. So I know you got your Juggernaut ready and your the Iron Man zombie.
From what I heard though, I don't know that I'm gonna sniff those last floors.
Mm, no.
So we'll see. I'm not going to invest anything extra in anything until like 4 kiln until the event starts and I see what I actually need to invest in. Because as a first time run through, we don't actually know how difficult it's going to be.
Um, and then here I am because again, I was just putting up the blog post this morning, so I'm actually reading it. Uh, from the understanding as far as the rules going on here, where they're talking about no cooldown periods and no the health and abilities persist between battles. Characters can be healed between battles. I guess my main question is, it's not like you're going with 3 and hoping that 3 alone goes all the way up to cell block 40. I
Right.
mean, everyone
Well,
like you get to miss and max, like you get to play like whatever combination of 3 off of each cell battle.
uh-huh.
Okay.
And so, I believe that you could lose. So, like, you could take in Rocket, Groot, and OG Star Lord and lose in the second set of cells there. But then you could come back in after you lost with Gamora, Nebula, and Adam Warlock and smoke the rest of the floors.
Got it.
Like, I think it's gonna be like raid. Like, imagine how raids are. Specifically, our Greek raids. You can't heal between the nodes. Your cooldowns don't reset. And you have to use different sets of teams at each different node and things like that. So if you think about this as a very long, expanded Greek raid, it's kind of like that. So you're not going to be able to heal, your cooldowns aren't going to reset, and you're going to have different, every 3 or 4 nodes, you're going to have a different block of characters that you can choose from to use.
Got it. Okay. And just like Google was saying, 1 through 4 can even be possible prep nodes to get.
Right.
Yeah, your
That's
cooldowns.
exactly
Right.
it. If you're going to be going to the end and you there might be more for a second one. Like I said, I'm for sure just going to go in with my eyes closed and just hammer it as hard as I can, because it's like um, the scourges at that point where you do the best you can and then you reset and you can try again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Cool.
use the first one as something to learn from and then build from there. It's exciting. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a fun one. Of course, ties into the fun for some people. It's going to be the rewards coming out of it. But the game mode itself sounds very exciting. And yeah, I mean, I'm anxious. It doesn't have like a specific date on here. It just says it's going to begin soon. But like Dell was saying, you think that this is going to be like part of the new patch that we'll see once they roll that out. So, but I wonder, did it give a time frame as far as on like rerunning this yet? I don't think they even spoke about that, like how often they're gonna run this game mode. But anyways, I mean, I was speculating. We'll wait until obvious is gonna be to the next patch.
I got a fear about them rerunning it, that it's going to be like Tower, where we're going to get it once and we're going to love it, and then see it in 6 months.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, I don't
Or
know.
Pocket Dimension. It'll be one of those things they bring out to get us gear and then they quit doing.
Yeah, I'm just pausing because I'm thinking, wasn't that the big highlight of the news of what was rolling out on what did they call it, the roadmap? So I would hope with it being a roadmap that it stays consistent, kind of like they did with Skirt. I mean the Cosmic Crucible. But then the second part of the big news is the Horseman Scourge events coming through. So those that are still building up, their Morgan Le Fays and the Red Hulks and Archangels and so forth, are now going to be able to have this recurring every 2 weeks. And the guys and I were kind of talking about it beforehand as far as like the pros and cons. And especially we feel for those because in our level, I want to say like I think all three of us have the full 7 yellow stars on each of those characters. So there's not like high interest as far as us trying to go out there and chase the milestones unless they do have some rewards for us as they've done in the past scourges. So that's all we're keeping an eye on. But for the new folks that are trying to build up on this particular team, they have to worry about unplayable. Would you say unplayable teams? You talked about the Web Warriors. Maybe the Web Warriors is something that they can build on, so they can throw it in as a trash team on
So
raid.
they can burn, right? So they can burn it when they won't need to in another 2 months.
So I
Web,
don't,
Web Warriors, they didn't last, and they don't. Even their value now. Look at it.
yeah,
It was valuable though. It's funny how they burn a node better than Gamma because of their dodge mechanic, because of what's her name's retaliate attack. Like they had cool mechanics that hits just can't make it, and it was all relying around dodge.
yeah. But we'll see. I mean, that's just more things to kind of prepare on for those, and wait and see is what I would say. Just kind of like what Darth said about with the Killon event. For those that are still trying to go after the Scourge, just kind of wait and see as far as if you do need to start working on them. So I wouldn't start planning ahead and start working on some Web Warrior team. Hopefully they kind of open up to some other bio characters or something, but we'll see. But as far as the show goes, I'm gonna wrap it up on the first half, and so we're gonna stay tuned. We're gonna jump into the the Alliance War. So, but that's it as first half of our show. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys are ready for the upcoming events and getting ready for this. Again, my excitement from the news is definitely going to be that escape from Killing. So hopefully you guys are excited as well. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye.